I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't...
The first Monday Night Raw of the new year was awful. They failed. They failed the mission. They totally failed. No surprises. Jevon Evans had to sign his Raw contract during a commercial. A damn commercial. Punk wins. He beats Bron Breakker clean. We'll talk about that. Becky Lynch is once again a 2-time women's IC champion. They crowned new women's tag team champions in Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and who really cares? This Raw was boring. It was nothing to sink our teeth into. Nothing really to talk about. Nothing really to go over. Nothing really to dissect. It's just a waste of time. It was just a waste of time. All hype. All hype. And Triple H said that this was going to be the official road to WrestleMania. And they hadn't even got on the road yet. They hadn't even cranked up the car yet. The car is just sitting there. It's not moving. They hadn't put the keys in the ignition. It's just there. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I don't know. And I feel like this was just a show done just to get them to Germany, because they're going to do a couple of shows in Germany. SmackDown's going to be in Germany this Friday, and then next Monday they'll be in Germany for Raw. So this was just a nothing burger of a show. It was hyped up by commentary, but they didn't deliver. They failed to deliver. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything at all. Just nothing. Nothing at all. So we are going to get into this boring Raw. The first Raw, the Netflix anniversary from January the 5th, 2025. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. So we kick the show off with the first match of the night. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, they defeat the Kabuki Warriors to become the new women's tag team champions. Yay. Did we give a damn? No, we don't. I forgot to mention that this was a collaboration with Stranger Things. And I have not watched Stranger Things at all. I've not even watched one episode of the show at all. Not season 1, not season 2. There's been 5 seasons. I might go and watch it. But who cares? Like, these collabs are not good. None of the actors were even at ringside or in the crowd or whatever. They were just doing, stupid stuff. Like chapters of this, chapters of that, and sequels of this and sequels of that. It's just dumb shit. But Rhea and Io winning was basically inevitable. Who cares? Because this is just going to lead into Rhea and Io facing either Lash Legend and Nia Jax or Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Which, if they're going to do Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss first, then after Rhea and Io beat them, it's going to be some type of fatal 4-way, maybe even a fatal 5-way with Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, because they were on this show as well. But whatever. I mean, who cares? The match was okay. It was ate up by commercials and a bunch of advertisements, because TKO loves their advertisements. So whatever. Who gives a damn about this? So Moving on from that, this leads us into a backstage segment involving the new champions. They just get congratulated by Adam Pearce. So Gunther shows up. Adam Pearce says that there's many eyes on this show. No one can take away the fact that Gunther beat John Cena in his final match, but he has no respect. Adam Pearce tells him to show some respect because it goes a long way. And then Gunther chuckles, and that was it. So then this leads us into Gunther showing up again. So he gets some mild boos with this, not a lot. So Gunther, he laughs. Gunther wants respect because he made John Cena do the one thing he never said that he would ever do, and that is tap out like a little bitch. Then AJ Styles shows up. So AJ has a stare down with Gunther. Gunther says if AJ Styles is here to to give him respect, he's punching above his weight. Gunther says he's the greatest wrestler in this company, including AJ Styles. So AJ attempts to speak, but Gunther keeps interrupting him. Gunther says that he's the man who made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. So AJ tries to speak again, and then Gunther says a little bitch. And then he wants to know what little AJ is going to do. So then Gunther does the "you can't see me" taunt. Styles slaps the piss out of Gunther. And then they go face to face. And then AJ says that you ain't going to do nothing. And then Styles says, that's what I thought, nothing. And then that was it. So who really cares about this? Clearly, AJ Styles is out the door. He's going to be retiring this year. But where does he go once he leaves WWE? We don't know. I doubt if he'll go to AEW. I could see him going to TNA. I think that would be the best, if we're being honest. That's just me. That makes the most sense. It makes the most sense. But clearly they're going to be setting up AJ Styles and Gunther for next week, which is fine. That makes sense. But clearly AJ is about to be done with WWE for sure, more than likely. So, whatever. Moving on, this leads us into a backstage segment with Adam Pearce and Ivy Nile. She's upset. Ivy Nile says she's not going to go to the back of the line for the IC title shot. Adam Pearce says we have to get through this match to figure it out. So Gunther shows up. He's pissed off. AJ Styles comes up and asks if he's going to complain to the boss like a little bitch. And then Gunther says he wants AJ Styles next week. And Adam Pearce makes it official. Whatever, who cares? So, Becky Lynch defeats Maxine Dupri to become a 2-time women's Intercontinental Champion. So, Maxine Dupri, towards the end of the match, gets an ankle lock in. Becky reverses that, and she rolls up Maxine Dupri. She gets her foot's on the rope, and then the referee counts 3 because he can't see. So, there is that. That's fine. There were clearly some Y2J chants that broke out in this match, which a lot of people thought that Jericho was going to show up on this show, including myself. I was thinking that he was going to show up in the main event, but he did not. So clearly Jericho is going to show up at the Royal Rumble in Saudi, which makes the most sense. And the Royal Rumble is in 3 weeks. So, yeah, we'll see Jericho then. So, there is that. But Becky Lynch is now a 2-time IC champion. That's fine. Clearly, we all know where this is leading, or we should. And it's leading to Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42. I don't know if they can hold it that long, but you might as well. There's no point doing it at 3 weeks at the Royal Rumble. You might as well just wait and do it at WrestleMania. And if you want to continue that feud, you can. You could continue the feud up until SummerSlam at best. And then after that, I don't know what you do. I really don't. I have no damn idea what you do. I don't. I really can't give you guys a definitive answer. Moving on from that, this leads us into Stephanie Vacker. She had a backstage segment. So she's in a walking boot, and we see the Creed brothers. So they're there still. Finally, we've not seen them in months. I can't remember the last time we've seen them. So at least they were on the show. But it is what it is. The men's tag team division is utter shit. They might as well just make one set of titles and just have them float across basically all three brands, because the NXT tag team division is awful too. So you might as well just make one set of tag belts and just have them float across all three brands. That's what I would do. Moving on from that, then we get a nothing promo from the new tag team champions, the Usos. So they get a nice reaction. So they thank AJ Styles and Dragon Lee for a great fight, but that was last year. 2026 is going to be the year of the Usos. Jimmy Uso says if any tag team wants to run up on them, they're right here. And then Jay Uso says 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. And then that was it. I don't care about this. I don't give a damn. I really don't. I don't give a damn. The tag division is utter shit. Moving on. So Stephanie Vacker is out next. She's in a walking boot, so clearly she's injured. We don't know if this was just for television purposes or if she actually is legit injured. I'm hoping she's not legit injured. But anyway, Stephanie Vacker says that 2025 for her was a great year. So she thanks to the fans. She speaks in Spanish. And then Raquel Rodriguez shows up and she beats the shit. Raquel Rodriguez beats the absolute shit out of Stephanie Vacker. She puts her in the Tejana bomb and everything else and beats her up. And then we come back from commercial. She's still beating up Stephanie Vacker. So there is that. So that's fine. It makes sense. Raquel is clearly intimidating. I think she's 6'1". So, you know, she's big. She's like a modern day Beth Phoenix, basically. And I like Raquel. I'm a fan of her. She's been working like female Kevin Nash used to work back in the day. And I have nothing against that. So, really good stuff there. I'm liking that. Maybe they do the match. Maybe if Stephanie Vacker is injured, I don't know. But maybe they do the match, not at the Royal Rumble, but maybe they do it at the Elimination Chamber. I believe that's in February, I think, or March, one of the two. I have to check, but I think it's in February, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll look into it for sure. And Raw has a new theme song. It's by Eminem, and it's not good. It's called Godzilla. I really don't give a damn about this shit. I don't. So, moving on from that, there's a locker room segment involving Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Both of them, they embrace. Penta walks in. Rey Mysterio says that he knew Penta would have his back against Division because he knows about the honor and respect of Lucha Libre. Penta says that he's here for Rey anytime he needs him. So then this leads us into Liv Morgan. This is her first match being back in about 6 to 8 months, I believe. That's what they said on commentary. She wins against Lyra Valkyria. Roxanne Perez gets involved. Her and Bayley get into it. And then Liv wins via the Oblivion. Who cares about this shit? It means nothing. Moving on from that, this leads us into a backstage segment involving Jackie Redmond and CM Punk. CM Punk mentions No, CM Punk mentions that some people are saying it's one spear and it's over for Punk. Punk says everyone has an opinion. They can do some Steiner math, but if you underestimate them with one GTS, you'll be put to sleep. It can happen to anybody. Okay, that's fine there. So this leads us into the main event of the evening. CM Punk defeats Bron Breakker via the GTS. So towards the end of the match, which is where things picked up, the Vision came out there, that being Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. They got involved in the match, and then Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta, they all came out to even the odds. They had a big brawl into the back, and those 6 guys were never found. I mean, they were never seen for the remainder of the night. Then Bron Breakker did a nasty-ass clothesline, which destroyed the announce table. I thought it was over for CM Punk, but it wasn't. So Braun ended up trying to hit the spear. Punk hit the GTS, and he retained the championship. And that was it. That was the show. So, there is that. It's fine. It makes sense. Punk hit. It took 2 GTSs to beat Bron Breakker. Braun is not buried by this. Braun's not hurt by this, so it's not going to hurt him at all, period. He'll be fine. I'm guessing if they want to, they could run this back at the Royal Rumble, maybe, because you can't just have 2 Royal Rumble matches and a couple other matches. The Royal Rumble should have at least 6 matches, but it's not going to. We know Triple H is going to do this dumbass 4 or 5 match bullshit, which I despise to the highest degree. But if I were booking it, I would do Punk and Braun again. I know some people don't want to see it, but it is what it is. Because what does Punk do at the Rumble? And then, more importantly, what's Punk going to do at WrestleMania? I mean, we got to start, moving things along very, very quickly. Again, the Royal Rumble is in 3 weeks. So what do you do there? Seriously, what do you do? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, but I mean, I'm guessing you could do Braun and Punk at the Rumble. Maybe Jericho shows up at the Germany show when they go next week in Germany. Maybe Jericho shows up there, but I doubt it. He'll probably just show up at the Rumble and get a good reaction. So, there is that. But all in all, man, this show was not that good. Wasn't really much to talk about. Triple H failed the mission. He failed the objective. He has no plans for the Rumble. He has no plans for WrestleMania. This bald dumbass just does not care. He just doesn't give a damn. So it is what it is. But what did you guys think of the Netflix anniversary premiere of Monday Night Raw? What did you guys think? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.